Mojo!
More Mojo Memory Magic for you now. In the next few minutes, we will remember everything that you need to know about the production and the function of bile. We need to find a way to remember, and never forget, that the liver produces bile. Bile is stored in the gallbladder. Bile travels to the small intestine through the bile duct. Bile is an alkali. Bile neutralizes the acid from the stomach. And bile makes fats or lipids into an emulsion. Want to see how we're going to memorize that? Then turn on your imagination. This story is all about a gull. You know, a seagull. Can't imagine why you'd ever think of this, but a seagull is sort of the same shape as your liver. Can you see that? That's why whenever I see a gull, I call it Oliver. Oliver sounds like liver. Get it? But this story is about a very special Oliver, or gull, who has an unusual bill. One of his ancestors must have been a duck, because this is a gull with a duck bill. Bill will remind you of bile. Oliver has a bill, and your liver produces bile. And why does Oliver have to have a duck bill? Well, duck sounds like duct, and bile travels from the liver to the small intestine through the bile duct. Duck bill, bile duct. You get the idea. Oh, and guess where the body stores bile before it uses it? The gallbladder. Gall sounds like gull. And what's Oliver? A gull, of course. So we have Oliver the gull with the duck bill, which reminds you that the liver produces bile, which is stored in the gallbladder and travels to the small intestine through the bile duct. Got that? Let's check your memory. Answer these 3 questions. I'll give you 5 seconds to think. Here they are. Now, fill in the gaps in this biology sentence. I'll give you another few seconds. And here are the answers. Okay, let's move on. There are a couple of other unusual things to remember about Oliver. Oliver is smaller than the usual gull. In fact, he's only ankle high. Ankle high? That sounds like alkali. Bile is an alkali. And because he's so small, his usual habitat is to live under brand new shopping trolleys. New trolleys. New trolleys neutralize. Bile will neutralize the stomach acid when it gets to the small intestine. But be careful. Move Oliver's new trolleys and expect his response to be high in emotion. He's likely to cry. Look closely and you'll see his bottom lip go all bobbly. Emotion? Bottom lip? Emotion sounds like emulsion. Bottom lip reminds you of lipids. All of which helps you remember that bile turns the lipids in your small intestine into an emulsion. And why a bobbly bottom lip? Think of the little bobbles on a bobble hat. Bile makes the lipids in the gut go into little round bobbles too. It makes them easier for the enzymes to react with. So, Oliver showing emotion and a bobbly bottom lip will remind you that bile emulsifies lipids, turning it into smaller lumps or bobbles. Have you got that? Let's see. Remember the story first, then use those images to recall the biology you need. Pause the video until you want the answers. Here are the answers. And that's it. Enough bile from me. But don't go anywhere until you've done the quiz and the worksheet below. It's the thing that'll train your brain to remember it all. Please redo all this when we send you a reminder. But in the meantime, thanks for using your imagination.